President Obama's re-election campaign received a major boost this week with the endorsement from the AFL-CIO, the nation's largest labor federation. In a statement, AFL-CIO President Richard Trumka said, quote, "With our endorsement today, we affirm our faith in him and pledge to work with him through the election and his second term to restore fairness, security, and shared prosperity." We're joined now by two guests. Here in our New York studio is Arthur Cheliotes, President of Local 1180 of the Communication Workers of America, a union that has endorsed President Obama. And joining us in Washington, D.C. is Mike Elk, staff writer for the magazine In These Times. His latest piece is titled, "Not All Labor Leaders Happy with AFL-CIO's Obama Endorsement." Well, welcome to you both. And Arthur, start with you. The early endorsement of President Obama, what it means and why you believe it was necessary to do so.
Look at the choices. We live in an alleged democracy, but basically we have two choices to make. And there is no doubt that Barack Obama is the better choice for what he's done, the appointments that he's made, the difference he's made at the National Labor Relations Board, the economic recovery, the $7.8 billion that he put into the Recovery Act. All of these things make it clear that given the alternative that the Republicans are offering, I mean, they want a theocracy, it seems. It's crazy. And so we made the obvious choice.
In my article, I quoted the president of the South Carolina AFL-CIO, who was critical of the AFL-CIO's very, very early endorsement of President Obama, about 6 months before the even Democratic National Convention. And just to give you an idea of how much organized labor doesn't want this to be talked about, Donna DeWitt, the president of the South Carolina AFL-CIO, was called by a top AFL-CIO official and reminded that the AFL-CIO funds her, and they don't expect this kind of behavior. It was an implicit threat, because this is an embarrassing subject for organized labor to talk about. You know, despite the talk of political independence that many in organized labor have been talking about for the last year, organized labor is still stuck in this Stockholm syndrome with President Obama. Sure, it's one thing to, vote against Romney. It's another to say, as Richard Trumka did, that Obama's been fighting aggressively for workers and unions.